Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm your host Johann.
And I'm your other host Matthew.
And today we are going to be going over minute 82. This starts with Dizzy asking Rico, what is he doing after the dance? Okay, we can keep our snark comments to ourselves.
Studio audience, you know.
Yep, and it ends with Rico and Dizzy with their shirts off. I'll have what he's having.
Whoa! Yeah! This minute definitely needs a studio audience.
Yeah. So Matt and I were talking about this minute. There's not a whole lot to this minute. Really, there isn't.
I mean, there kind of is, but there really isn't too much to talk about. They're doing stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of visual, not a lot of substance.
Should we go over each individual scene and figure out and just explain to people what's going on?
I'd like to, but that sounds really weird.
I mean, we can talk like a audiobook version of a steamy romance novel.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I don't even have anything to compare to on the script, to be honest, for this minute. Because the only part that happens in the script is the next minute. So the only thing that it says in his this scene is okay, so it establishes the shot, interior, prefab sleeping unit, which we have. It's daytime, which it's not. What the? How'd it go to day? Oh, they were there all night. Good for them.
Woo!
He's been dead for over a couple hours. It's just gas escaping. Woo! Woo! It says Johnny and Dizzy are making love. That's it. They've been at it all night and all morning.
And fade to black. That's the end of the minute, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I have for the script. That's it. And they already kind of got it wrong because it's not daytime. So let's go over that. Why is there no script continuity? The scene changes and Diz throws Johnny onto his back onto some weird ass pillows. Johnny looks at Diz like, what the hell? I don't feel like a man, but I'm alright. Diz mounts him like she's climbing onto an inflatable water pool toy. She starts to unzip the teeth on the zipper very fast. Click, 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 click. They come off.
I don't think we're gonna be this is turning from, really, really saucy daytime television show, a Lifetime movie, to like the call-in trucker lines on the Sirius XM.
Yeah, pretty much.
My name is Frank. I'm driving to Duluth. You sound pretty hot.
Diz comes up from the area, licking Johnny, aiming for a kiss. They lock lips. All right, I'm done. God damn, I can't. I can't do it. I have a face for radio and a voice for print. All right.
So I did want to point out one thing besides the whole entire weirdness of the scene. Kind of. Well, I mean, they're like two awkward kids, like they would be,
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, his pillow is not a pillow. It's like that foam core against a box.
Yeah, it's like something you put a liner into something that's way more valuable so it doesn't move around. But you can't cut it type thing. So it keeps it snug in there like a Fabergé egg or something like that. Like, I don't know what that pillow is, and it's only like a half an inch thick.
Yeah. It definitely just looks like insulation. Or not insulation, but just like, padding.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So rest your head on this asbestos.
Sure. It's going to feel a bit itchy later on, but I mean, it's going to feel really good right now.
Yeah. And if the itching gets to you, the bugs will get to you quicker. So don't worry about it.
So one thing I did want to point out during this scene, when especially around like 1:21:47 or 45, when they're both shirtless, and I think this is the most amount of undress they're going to get during this scene. Verhoeven says that he wasn't there, but his director of photography, Jost was, and he was actually in bed with them while they were shirtless doing this love scene because he was doing the lights and everything.
Wait, he did the lights and the filming?
So director of photography usually has to do everything from lights and also making sure the shots line up lighting wise and everything.
No, I'm just wondering because a lot of times there's certain scenes with actors where they feel too uncomfortable with everybody in the room. I'm just wondering if they just had one person.
No, well, I mean, considering this was probably done after the shower scene, which would have been a lot more uncomfortable. Because, I mean, you're full frontal and everything.
Yeah, but this is more intimate.
I suppose. Intimate.
Yeah.
Intimate. Right now, he is 83 years old.
So he was about 63 when this happened?
Around 63. Imagine being two young actors, pretty much in the prime of your life, maybe 27, 25, something like that. And the 63-year-old dude hanging around in bed with you while you're shirtless.
All right.
Sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering that Jost has actually done quite a other movies as well too, as director of photography. Yeah. I mean, he did RoboCop, Neverending Story. Das Boot is one of his ones that was most famous for, which he actually did get nominated for the Oscar for.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he did Total Recall, Showgirls, Starship Troopers. Pretty much, he was the director of photography for Verhoeven. I mean, he did pretty much all of his older movies. The last movie being Hollow Man.
I like that movie.
It is creepy, and I loved it.
It doesn't get enough credit. Every time I talk about that movie, a lot of people don't even know about it.
It was one of those. I mean, it was in like the beginning 2000s. Like, not really much was coming out that was good around that time. So I'm not sure why, but I mean, I don't know. 99 seemed like a better year for movies than 2000 did.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. That was a good movie, though.
It really was. I mean, it's creepy. I think it just has all those weird, like, creepy implications, I suppose.
Implications? Like in...
Implication.
Like the Always Sunny implications?
Yeah, because, I mean...
She'll understand the implications. What implications?
I mean... You're turning yourself invisible. You understand the implication of turning yourself invisible in front of a bunch of other girls.
I'm assuming you did see that episode of Always Sunny.
I did. No, okay. Because you take her out on the boat and she's gonna have sex with you because of the implication.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm saying the same thing, except you're turning yourself invisible because of the implication.
Okay.
And she's gonna be okay with it because of the implication. Because you're invisible. It's fine.
Oof. This scene. All right, so a little bit of thing. At about 12:31, it's just like a shot that's like, you know, the shoulders and up to the head type thing.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where Johnny traps Diz in the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I've done this.
What, to yourself? You got your head stuck in there?
No, I got my head stuck in a shirt that was too small, but that's completely different story altogether.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not as much of a turn on to other people more than it was funny. But this move, I've done this move. It works. And I credit Rico with that move. I've done it. It works.
And I've thought about doing it too, but it never worked out the way I wanted it to. And I always thought, because, the scene, I was young, I was watching this movie, and I was like, that seems incredibly hot and sexy. Let me try doing this. It didn't work out. So, while it may have worked for you, it failed miserably for me.
Yeah, it worked for me. And I there's not a lot that I see on TV that I'm gonna copy in real life, but this one did.
I mean, this movie could have been our Cosmo, facts or Cosmo. What is it? The advice, basically.
Yeah.
Like, hey, try drinking some Pop Rocks and cola before you give your man oral pleasure. That'll be really awesome, right? Why don't you try, pulling your girl's shirt above her head, but leaving it right where her nose is so she can't see and she's kind of tied up in a BDSM kind of thing. Why not?
Yeah, it's called the Rico.
It's called the Rico. I think that's actually what it should be called.
I know. It's such a good move. It's a good move.
I'll try it out with my wife and I'll report back, guys. How about that?
So that's only about 12:30. I'm sorry, guys. There's honestly not a lot to encompass.
What are you talking about? I mean, Dizzy is smiling and laughing, and then Rico says, "What's so funny?" And she's like, "It's just the way things work out."
I guess, but to try and make a lot of substance for this 1 minute, there's not a lot.
I mean, that's the thing
wait,
too.
There is something. There's
Okay.
something I want to point out at 21:38.
The Maritas.
No, belts.
Oh, there are belts.
Yes.
Well, no,
Those are belts.
okay.
The suspenders off, and there's belts.
Okay.
So-
Call back to last minute.
Yeah. So Sugar definitely could have had a belt.
Well, maybe that is a belt for just holding other things besides your pants up.
Exactly. So
Like
he
your
should have
knife.
had it.
Sugar just wants to feel cool, dude. All right. I mean, he's got the bod. He can do it. Let him do it.
I know, but belts. He didn't. He could have just not had the suspenders.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm finding stuff in this. And then the what's it called? The shade is like partially open. That's weird.
Well, I mean, do you think like other troopers are going to come by and creep in on their small little hut that window's what, like a foot and a half down from the ground?
Yeah, someone could easily see that.
Yeah, they can easily see the window, but I mean, if it's all the way down, they're not crawling on the ground looking through windows.
No, that's about waist high.
Is it?
Yeah. Or maybe butt high.
I would say butt high. Even still, I mean, you're not.
Yeah, but if you're walking next to it, like they're gonna be on the ground. So
I suppose.
just pull the shade all the way down. I'm just saying.
I mean, but that's the thing. So this, I don't think this is like a sleeping area though, just because of his weird pillow thing, the Maritas over there, the helmet, and all the other boxes. This kind of looks like a little storage area, and they just found a little area to do stuff in a storage area.
no, it's a prefab unit, so it's got to be like a studio apartment. It's got almost everything but a shower.
I guess.
Because yeah, it definitely has like the table there. It has a Marita leaning up against it. It had the bed. It has a window. It's a first tiny home.
Oh God, I'm not into that scene at all.
What, tiny homes?
I hate them.
Yeah. I don't know. I see the purpose of them, but I just don't understand the hoopla about it. You know what I mean?
I have my wife and I have my son, and it is. I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah,
with them.
it's impractical. But if you're just like on the road and not caring about where you end up for maybe a couple months, it would be a perfect thing to tow around a truck.
If you're by yourself, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't like. If you're one of those people, like you can tow a camper, you can have an RV or a tiny home. Like some people might go like, okay, let's try doing a tiny home. And that would make sense at that point. But to like, I'm going to retire in this thing just doesn't seem right. Especially when they put them in like a street. Like this is going to be like a registered address for this thing. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you'd have to do like a P.O. box for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's like you're at a like a trailer park or something like that. Like, or like you're in the, like you go to national parks a lot, or you're doing a national park vacation where you go from one to the other. I mean, sometimes you just want that home touch, you know? And that would make sense.
Even still, I mean, I like stretching out, and in those things, I mean, I'm a tall guy. I can't really stretch out.
Yeah,
things.
I'm 5'4", so it's like not that bad.
Yeah.
So you're taller than me, so it is going to be a problem for you, but not as much me. Yeah, it's so funny whenever I take a glance at those shows and you see the wife dragging their 6'6" husband to get into a tiny home. Like, really? that is just cruel.
It really is. Good God.
So we're almost 20 minutes in. We're really stretching this, guys.
Let's just end it, man. I mean, we don't have to keep it that long.
That's what she said.
That'll be for the next minute.
Yeah, I guess. So this minute ends with a kiss, guys.
As it should.
Yep.
As it should have.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the Roughneck minute, guys. Is there anything you can add to this, Matt? Really? Like,
they kiss deeply.
Oh God.
Their tongues intertwine.
Intertwine? Like
intertwine.
They look like roots.
Dance.
They look like gnarled roots.
Gnarled roots of saliva and muscle and stuff just swirling around each other's mouths. Their bodies pressed up against each other.
Their bodies aren't. There's actually like the a little bit of space, leave room for Jesus type thing. So
I mean, what we know from the future movie too, I mean, they should leave room for Jesus.
That is well, they left room for Jost. So
Yeah. But no, I don't have anything else to talk about this particular minute.
I know, Jazz. We didn't have a whole lot. I'm sorry, guys. It's those minutes where there's like especially when there's dialogue, like nothing really happens. Unfortunately, this is another one of those minutes, and this is like one of the best minutes. I say, just go home, watch these 2 minutes in loop of like what should have happened in all of Johnny Rico's life. There should have been 4 years of this. You idiot.
There should have been.
You idiot. This
would have been happening constantly in our fan fiction from the beginning of the movie, where we decided that Dizzy was going to go to Tokyo and bring Johnny with her and be a jump ball captain.
Yeah. That would have been a much better movie right now.
It would have been.
We wouldn't have had Carmen.
No. She would have been dead.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So where can they find you, Matt?
You guys can find me at Alt10Matt pretty much anywhere on the internet, from Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, or what have you. Still playing Fallout and enjoying the heck out of it. So check me on that one. I try to stream pretty much almost every other night around 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
And you can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. You can also find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johann. Generally, I'm going to be playing Monster Hunter World, which is super fantastic yet again. I've been waiting almost a year for this game, so I love it. You can also follow us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, and Podcast Addict, I think, can get us if you have an Android. Please like and subscribe. Visit our website at theroughneckminute.podbean.com for show notes and back episodes. You can also follow us on Twitter at roughneckmin, that's M-I-N. If you really want to continue this conversation with us on a Facebook group, there is the Roughneck Minute Billet, BILLET. I've been your host, Johann.
And I've been your host, Matthew.
And we'll see you on the bounce, troopers.